Victoria Beckham, I tip my head off to you. You're an amazing woman. I watched the documentary of David Beckham, and I can tell you right now, I became a fan. I don't know much about David Beckham. I know he's big in Europe as a soccer superstar. He was the Drake before Drake. He was the Nelly before Nelly. He was the Kobe. Actually, he was in the same era of Kobe, right? I think.
Yeah, I mean, he was after Nelly, but yeah, he came. It was, I think, the biggest stars in each sport. I can't remember who was in the NFL, but when it came to basketball at that time was Kobe, and then Tiger. Obviously, Tiger Woods was huge at that time, and David Beckham in soccer.
Today's sports, just saying young, somebody who's 22, 23 right now. In football, who would be the best player at 23? Would it be Mahomes?
Yeah, exactly. He'd be like the soccer version of Mahomes back in the early 2000s.
What about basketball today? Who would be the biggest young superstar right now?
I mean, in basketball, you got a lot. I mean, I want to say somebody like Ja Morant's name, but he's more popular than him as far as the age and where he was in his career is comparable. But obviously,
I mean, he's bigger than Ja Morant.
Off the court things and
he's
popularity.
Bigger than Ja Morant. I'm gonna tell you guys this.
I mean, he's as big as LeBron, but LeBron's older now.
David Beckham is the LeBron James of LeBron era in Europe or England. And watching his documentary, it made me so excited for his family. Like I was like, man, this is not only good material for his life as an athlete, but his life with his family. And I think a lot of men should watch the documentary. I think we're gonna pop it up, but I think you should watch the documentary. Let's get into this video because I'm gonna get into details of certain things, how you can catch a man like David Beckham. How can you catch a man in a position like David Beckham? For you women, how do you get involved with a man like this? But also, how do you handle situations when you're dealing with someone who makes money or popular, and then you have 3 or 4s that come into the picture trying to mess up everything? You got to be careful. And I like how his wife handled it. And these people have been married, I think 25, 30 years plus.
I don't know exactly. I could pull it up. I don't think it's been that long, but they've been together for a very long time. It could be about 20 or close to 20 years.
I think it's been past 20 years, but we're gonna check that. But let's get into this video. It gets into a detail. I haven't seen a video yet, but I think it gets into a detail of a woman making an allegation towards David Beckham when he was at his career, and I think he got traded to somewhere in Spain, if I'm for sure. But I think it's amazing that it's funny when an athlete's hit his top tier position, and then he puts out a documentary, how many people come out trying to destroy this man. I just thought it was crazy that a woman will something that happened 20-some years ago will still think, just for a moment, she still can hold on to her fame. So,
by the way, 24 years, you're right. They've been married since 99.
Look at that. 24 years, man. I mean, wow.
Yeah, time flies. I know it's been that long already.
That's a check. Let's get into the video.
All right, here we go with the first part of this video here.
Rebecca Luce, the woman who claimed she had an affair with David Beckham, has a message for critics after the soccer star's new docuseries drops on Netflix. Rebecca, David's former assistant, who in 2004 alleged she was also the former pro athlete's mistress, is responding to a flood of comments following the release of David and Victoria Beckham's docuseries Beckham, which dropped on October 4th. The former model took to Instagram on October 1st, writing "Hello October." Just days later, following the new documentary, Rebecca acknowledges she's been flooded with nasty messages. In response to an IG user who commented, "Some of the comments on here are disgusting," Rebecca agrees, writing, thank you. Am taking in the nasty comments with as much humor as I can. In the series, the couple reflects on the period of time when the soccer star transferred teams from Manchester United to Real Madrid in 2003. The following year, Rebecca gave a TV interview claiming she and Beckham had an affair. At the time, the soccer pro denied the claims in a statement, sharing, "During the past few months, I have become accustomed to reading more and more ludicrous stories about my private life," adding the simple.
Okay, so we're going to pause real quick before we continue this. So it seems like it was a rumor that she started to spread for not sure what reason, maybe for clout, maybe just because she wanted that. But based off what he's saying, calling it ludicrous, saying that it's invalid, never happened, he didn't have an affair with this woman, but she felt the need to go public with this information at that time. How do we feel about her doing what she did, and whether it's true or not?
I listen, I can only give my opinion, but I can tell you right now, I watched this documentary and it was amazing. And I seen the commitment of David Beckham, of how much he loved his wife, that he was willing to throw his career away and did almost many times for this woman, right? And he was simping, for sure. He was simping. But like I said, it's okay to simp for the right woman. And he actually got his prize. He set it up for a reason. And he married her and had a child, and then they created a family. I mean, he became a superstar in soccer. But let me tell you something. When you're an athlete, and I have friends who are athletes, you know, a lot of pussy is in front of you. I mean, when you get older and you start being 19, 20, 21, right, you got to make a decision, right? If you're going to go pro or if you're just going to go have a career in some field you choose. But this man, I think, was signed when he was 16 years old to a club, already making a lot of money. And he became a brand where they was paying him £1 million, and he wasn't even 23 yet, just to do a commercial. Bruh. So when you get that type of clout, and keep in mind, he comes from a city in Europe that's not really big and populated, and those are hardworking people. This man comes out of what you would call slums. His parents killed themselves. His parents killed themselves in working, and his dad did everything to teach him soccer. His dad wanted him out. His dad wanted him a part of a club, his dream club. I'm not going to give all the details because you got to watch the documentary. But the point of it is
what do we think? This woman, why would she do this? I mean, I guess some could argue, why would she do it even if it was true?
I'm going to tell you
why. But why would she do it if it's a lie?
This is why I'm getting to the point. You know what I mean? Because I had to break that down real quick so you guys get an understanding of David Beckham. But once you get $1 million, right, and you get success, some people think they should attach their name to your success. From what I'm seeing is she seemed like she worked for the family, and she made an allegation that they had an affair. And his wife don't believe it, even though it gets into the details that it destroyed so many times within a place in their family. So I would tell you this woman is crazy, and you got to watch out for women like Amber Heard. This is, even though this was 20-some years ago, these women exist. A woman can destroy your career, period.
I think it was because I didn't watch the documentary yet, but I think if she's close with the family or she's around them a lot, I think she did it because she's jealous. I think she maybe liked him, and she envied his wife, how she got him, and I think she did it out of jealousy. That's my opinion.
Just keep this in mind. His wife was a superstar. She was a Spice Girl, something like that.
Right.
She was already
they were huge.
She was already a millionaire, but she didn't pursue David Beckham because his wealth. They sometimes you meet a woman and you guys have the same energy, right? And it just works. I can tell you right now, Ramin, you're right. I think she was jealous. I think she was insecure. She was mad because every woman wants to sit in a spot like a queen. Every woman wants to be a queen.
Denied.
Trust me, I don't care what any woman tells you. Every woman wants to be a queen. Every woman wants to be in a castle. Every woman wants that princess treatment. She wants to do everything to be about her. And sometimes you can achieve it. There's some really beautiful women in this world, some beautiful women, right? So some men can afford that. But I can tell you right now, I think this woman made an allegation, and guess what? When women do this, they should go to jail. When women do this, they should be locked up, because it should be accountability towards making a statement like this to try to hurt a man's career. And it did damage a lot of tarnish in his family. And I think we actually have some more information when it comes to the video. Is there some other video you could play on that?
Yeah, we're gonna pick up where we left off here, and see exactly what else is going on with this.
Before he plays this video, pay attention, because, like I said, I think David Beckham's wife is an amazing soul. She's definitely added to the list, like Vanessa Bryant. But let's get into this video. Let's finish listening to more of this story.
Entertainment.
It was difficult because I'd been part of a club and a family for my whole career, from the age of 15 to I was 27 years old. I get sold overnight. The next minute I am in a city. I don't speak the language. More importantly, I didn't have my family.
His wife also speaks out on the alleged infidelity and opens up about the pain she felt at the time.
You know, up until Madrid, sometimes it felt like us against everybody else. But we were together, we were connected, we had each other. But when we were in Spain, it didn't really feel like we had each other either. And that's sad. I can't even begin to tell you how hard it was and how it affected me.
You know, every time that we woke up, we felt, you know, there was something else. And you know, we felt that, I think we both felt at the time that we were not losing each other, but drowning. Victoria's everything to me. To see her hurt was incredibly difficult.
Come on, hey, let's go. Please.
But we're fighters. And at that time, we needed to fight for each other. We needed to fight for our family.
The couple have previously denied the claims against David, but Victoria admitted in the 4-part series that back then she began to resent her husband.
If I'm being totally honest, yes, I did. It was probably, if I'm being honest,
Crazy. Look
the
at that.
most unhappy I have ever been in my entire life.
All right, big boy. Told you it'd be okay.
It wasn't that I felt unheard, because I chose to internalize a lot of it, because I was always mindful of the focus that he needed.
The 48-year-old.
Okay, so just to pause again real quick. Basically, they both had to fight through this whole situation. They both are denying it, and
all over one woman.
And she's saying it sounds like she had doubts. She didn't know for sure back then. She thought it could have been true, but she kept it inside for his sake, so she doesn't affect him negatively in his career negatively. She kept it inside.
I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this again. To find a man like him, for any woman listening, it's like finding a unicorn. They don't exist, especially if they faithful. I actually truly believe, this is my opinion, I don't think he's ever cheated on his wife. The documentary, the way it's put together, the way he speaks of this woman before he was even married to her. I mean, this dude would travel 4 to 5 hours every day to see her for 15 minutes and then go play a professional cup. Bruh. Do you hear me? This man would go against, man, soccer is crazy. He would travel 4 to 5 hours a day. That's simping.
Another one.
That's simping. But he got what he wanted. He got his prize. She has 4 kids. I think she's an amazing woman. And it pisses me off. It pisses me off when I think of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. It pisses me off.
You stupid.
Like, Will, man, this is the kind of wife you should be having.
Beta bear.
Let's take color out of it, okay? I don't care if you black, white, Asian, Korean. I don't care if you're Italian. I don't care. Spanish, Dominican. If you can act like this woman, I mean, look, can you imagine Will Smith where he'd be today? I mean, but hey.
Problem is Jada's the man in that relationship. That's why.
It just kills me because when you watch a documentary like this and you see this woman, what she went through, let me tell you something. First of all, any woman that makes any allegation against a man that's a lie, shame on you. Okay? That's ridiculous.
You stupid.
And I think laws need to be put in place for men to be protected, just like women are protected, right? Men need to be protected from women destroying people's careers. This dude went through hell. I watched the documentary. He went through hell to try to prove to everyone that he was faithful while he was trying to win World Cups. Like what we call today, what they call Super Bowls or final NBA championships in America. This guy was focused on his family and sports, while women or the media or paparazzis, and there's paparazzis who follow him since he was a child. There's two men, they in the documentary, and they said they never seen him cheat on his wife.
Hey, you never know. It might have been a rival team that paid her off to make that allegation and throw him off his game.
I mean, if that's true,
all kinds of shit goes into this sometimes.
If that's true, they should be kicked out of sports.
Right.
That's
but
crazy.
Teams have done crazy things like this.
If any team has ever had a woman set up to mess up some other athlete, they should be kicked out of sports. David Beckham, I tip my hat off to you and your family, and I wish you well. You guys should watch the documentary. I don't really want to spend much more time on this, but I can tell you right now, shame on Jada, because I keep messing this up. What is David Beckham's wife name again?
Victoria Beckham.
Victoria Beckham. I tip my head off to you. You're an amazing woman, and you guys deserve everything. Watch the documentary, bro, because I think it gets into the point where how important a woman is truly to a man, right? This dude will pack up. Listen, man, this dude will pack up and leave just for an opportunity, and he'll call his wife and say, all right, we're moving again. Go find a house. I mean, how fun is that? And she was like, she'll lose her mind because she didn't want to do that. Relocating for a woman, especially when you're raising children, is difficult, right? So I tip my head off to them, man. I think what he achieved and has accomplished in Miami is amazing. Shout out to Messi, bringing all that. You guys just have to watch it. I think, listen, she's added to the top tier female list for sure. Thank you for watching the Cash Money Dreams podcast. Like and subscribe. Follow us on every platform. Stay tuned. Every week we drop in a new episode. It's your boy Cash, man.